Do we have sounds? I can't hear anything. Get a straw poll. So what I'm curious about is when we look at our position here. Yeah, there we go. We got sounds. When we look at our position here, are we simply going to grow bigger? Are we going to focus on internal growth? Or are we going to focus on bringing the pain to Franco-Iberia? Now, obviously, we have to grow a little bit regardless. I mean, that's just going to happen no matter what we do. And if we're going to attack, what we need are affinity levels so that we can actually deal some damage. Now, obviously, we're going purity. We've got a great set of floatstone going on all over the place. That's going to be a priority. However, as purity, our first unit is the battlesuit, which requires titanium. So we don't have to rush floatstone. We don't have to rush terraforming, which is good. So the question is, which I'm about to straw poll now, what is our short-term goal? Tech up to affinity 4+ and war on Franco-Iberia, or focus on growth, techs, like plus science, or the food, prod, culture, satellites. I mean, we are playing as the Slavic Federation. You spell satellites. Is there 2 T's? 1 T, 2 L's. We're playing as the Slavic Federation, so obviously satellites are a big deal. Also, TAC sats. We need TAC sats for the other one. So those are going to be the 2 short-term goals that we're going to set. Are we going to focus mostly on aggro or not? Oh, yes, and the YouTube videos are finally coming online, so our numbers are starting to go up finally. Whew, killed just enough time so that not too many people will miss the start of the stream, which makes me really happy. So we can talk about the various tech routes that we might take. So if we're focusing on growth, obviously, we're still going to want some affinity levels. It's just going to happen no matter what. I think regardless of where we go, getting vertical farming might be a higher priority. I do want to finish getting cognition. What are we researching right now? We got computing in the queue, but that's not first. I'm happy we got this pop-up back in the top left corner. Everything is lined up okay. Yeah. In the top left corner, we got our little science pop-up that we lost partway through last stream for some reason. I don't know why. So, alien sciences, xenomass well, because of the extra food. It's the sort of thing, it's just going to be good, period. The alien sciences. Getting the spy stuff up is probably a decent idea, and then getting academies. I still like that route no matter what we do. And then we may end up going vertical farming sort of kind of regardless. And then it's just going to be a question of, okay, we need to get either 4 affinity levels really quick, which probably means genetic mapping because it's cheap. The vertical farming, the servo machinery, that's at least 3. That might be enough depending on if we get a quest or not, and then we'll pick up something else. We might go for the alien genetics, for example, which gives us science from xenomass wells, which might be a high priority as well. Maybe a higher priority than cognition. I think we might, actually. Let me check the straw poll, see if people want growth or aggro. Looks like aggro is winning the way with 58% of the votes. They want us to tech up to affinity 4+ish and then declare war. Obviously, going to take a little bit of time to do that. In-game sounds will go away whenever I tab out. Hey, if anyone from 2K or Firaxis is watching, you know, it'd be really nice is an option to keep the sound playing in the background even when you're tabbed out. Be helpful for me. Most people don't care, but it would be nice just for me. Haven't seen too much war. Don't think subscribers should now be working, but resubs won't come up in any case. We've got the poll. All right. Well, it looks like that's what we're going to focus on. So, certainly, I don't think there's any doubt that continuing to go for alien sciences is correct right now. We need to get xenomass wells hooked up. It's a great amount of food. Yeah, the maintenance cost is pretty high. We may delay the academies, actually. I'm not sure. Tell you what, let's do another quick little poll. I am going to go alien sciences. I'm going to go computing for the spy stuff, abso-positively. And then the question is, do we want alien tech choice? Question mark. Alien genetics first. Affinity plus science from xenomass. Or cognition for academies. Remember, we are going up in terms of our social policies. We are heading towards the bonus science from Academy. So that might influence things. Poll number 2. All right. So in any case, I'm going to keep things going as is because I like our first choices. Meanwhile, oh, and here's the other choice, the other change I would like. 2K and Firaxis, please remove the W key from workers to create the workshops, or manufacturers rather, because W is the ideal key for cycling between units like in Civ 5. Drives me crazy! Sorry, I'm fine. I'm fine. How's everyone? I had too many computer issues this morning between the YouTube and whatnot. Patience is not quite there. The Slavic soldier. Can we stick around here? We're 2 away from the wow, 9 xenomass. We're 2 away from the alien nest rather. So we should be able to be okay here. And actually, there's not enough. Even if they were attacking me, I'm pretty sure we'd be able to tank it out. It's a bit tough. Oh, we're in Xeno. We're in Miasma rather. So not there. Move to here, and then rest up and heal up. Okay. Trade convoys. One of the things to check out. Are our cities maxed out on trade? No. Adama, well, you've got one here. I think we were... Did we not create a second trade convoy somewhere else? We're probably going to want that. I think our priority... Well, obviously there's not much choice here. Our priority will be external trade routes for a quick science boost and some money. It sucks to sort of buff the person we're going to go to war with, but we're going to get more advantage. We are going to need more money as we build the xenomass wells, and doubly so if we go with academies. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, someone's hoping for a full pacifist run? Who's that? Dimion. I do a few of those. I feel like I pacifist too often, actually. So it's going to be... and sometimes one of the AIs will run away with the game because of that. Here, I think the AI is actually going to be in a lot of kerfuffling. Because they're pretty tight on the other continent. The big question is the KP. They might run away from the game unless we do something about them. But I quite like the idea of getting a little bit of breathing space over here. We don't need to wipe out Franco-Iberia. We may go domination, we may not, I don't know. But just, you know, sort of make sure we are the dominant person on this continent, and then run some amphibious assaults over on the KP. And then I think that'll be all the sort of blocking of the AI we're going to have to worry about doing, at which point we can just go for a tech victory or whatever we want. So, it looks like people have voted that alien genetics is the best choice first, and I think I'm going to agree with that. So again, alien sciences into computing. You can always hold shift to queue this up, and then we're going to go down to alien genetics. We're going to want the affinity level anyway, and it's a bonus science without us having to build academies. We've got enough work for our workers right now as is. Iberia likes me because I'm trading. There we are. New city name. Global. Harrington. Oh, Harrington is a great name. We may have to pull for that. The next captain. Some people last week were talking about Shepard, and it's like, Shepard's a commander, though. I think they brought it up, and we were talking about Babylon 5, then someone said Shepard. And I was like, was Shepard the name of the captain from Babylon 5? And I think they were talking about the Mass Effect Shepard. Oh. We're going to need another pull. But Shepard is a commander, not a captain. Obviously, she does, you know, sort of captain her ship. One more pull. War on Brazil for the settler? Question mark? Yes, no. Obviously, we're not going to make any friends if we declare, but destroying settlers is so good. Settler pull. What's Shepard's first name? Well, my Shepard, the only Shepard that is the true Shepard, is Admiral Shepard. She saved the entire universe. Or galaxy. All right. Okay, so I'm getting a sense, I'm getting a feel for the... For what the chat wants today, which apparently is lots of bloodthirstiness. So, Dorado over here has a couple of airplanes stationed in here. Brazil probably has some military units going around. Almost certainly we can't bring this home as a worker. We'll probably just delete the unit instantly. But apparently, we're going to go ahead and declare war. Sorry. We're going to get some warmonger penalties here, but... Bam! We have captured a worker. If they recapture it, then I believe they'll get it back as a settler. I just need to... I hope that we survive one turn, and then they can just, like, disband these units. Just deny them a settler is just... Oh, so good. Meanwhile, over here... Wow, those sound effects. Crazy sauce. Da, 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 da. It's not war, it's diplomatic intervention. That's right. I've got 1, 2, 3 workers. I think I want 1 extra worker. We only have 3 cities. We might expand 1 more. How much titanium do I have? 2 there. Do I literally only have access to 2 titanium? We may have to expand one more time in the north here to secure a little bit more titanium. We're going to want it for our satellites later on, but also for our battle suits. 2 battle suits are okay. 5 battle suits, that's awesome. So I think a worker is a good idea. Oh, wait, hold on. No, I was going to say I'll build a trade ship, but we can't trade enough from these places. One more worker is a good idea. Meanwhile, this explorer, stay on that tile. You over here, we're going to keep exploring. See what we can find. Is that a wound in my head? No. I got like a funky hair thing going on. I got my mole. For Captain Picard or Cisco. Well, we already have a Picard. Oh, you mean in general, not as a city name. Yeah. Cisco was awesome. I think our explorer got bombarded by tac jets, but we didn't lose the worker. So there's no way we get this worker home safely. If a Brazilian unit doesn't kill us, or take it back rather, it's going to be a Sea Dragon. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this unit right away. Boom. And hopefully we'll be able to peace out with them relatively soon. I think we're actually going to spend some time here on this miasma and heal up our Slavic drone. Alright, what do we got going on here? Franco-Iberia is continuing to expand. I'm happy they're focusing on expansion right now, though, because it might slow them down in other ways. I don't know what the quest was, but 20% more trade from Shackleton, where we are trading, is pretty good. Go ahead and delete that flag. We actually don't need it. In terms of city placement over here, and I think we do need to colonize one more city. Trying to decide. This might be the spot to go. Secures us a little bit more floatstone, which isn't particularly important, but is there. We'll eventually get the fungus, eventually get the fraxite, and is quite far from the titanium, but reachable. We could also just settle directly inland. However, I feel it would be nice to have a coastal city over here so we can run some coastal trade routes. I think right here is where I would like to expand one more city to. You guys in the chat, let me know if you think that's a good idea. We can't rush to it because we don't really have the health yet, but it's still a decent idea. I think I'm probably going to put down a vivarium in Picard. It's either that or we start building military units. And we're a little far from actually declaring our war, but we have no military units at all right now. And it might be a good idea to cut a couple just to make sure that Franco-Iberia doesn't choose to start a war, for example. We are going to want a couple of rangers. We don't have our missile units yet. Where do we get those from? Oh, when we get computing, we'll get our missile rovers. And then the other question is, when do they upgrade? Oh, we can't check here. What affinity level do our missile rovers upgrade by 1? Which I think gives them like an extra plus 30 damage against the city, which is really nice. Because it's not going to be the first 3, because the first 3 are soldier, I think rover, ranger? No, soldier, ranger, rover. Level 4, we get our unique unit. That might upgrade our missiles, actually. I can't remember exactly. Let's get a vivarium down in our capital. Keep that growing. So, Akrenes says he would go for the inland spot. Some people are saying closer to titanium, inland. Okay, no, we can do that. And by committee, in which case the inland spot I would probably choose is something like right here. We'll use the mountain as a shield. If this were Civ 5, I would prioritize settling on a river, but we don't have to do that here. This does miss out on the fungus, which is too bad, but it's not a huge deal. We get the tubers right away, which means fast growth, which is really nice. A little bit of extra production from the plantation on the fiber. Copper is sort of fine one way or another. Get the titanium early. And I think we'll be able to farm on these 2 tiles here, which will, again, help our food. So I like that. What's my hotkey for these things? Control X and then click? Yeah. Boom. So this is where we're talking about maybe settling right over here. I really like how defensive this mountain can be, because it'll block a lot of line of sight from potential attacks from Franco-Iberia. Not a big deal one way or another. Again, if this were Civ 5, settling on next to a mountain would be really good for observatories. Less of an issue in this particular game here. We're 9 turns away from Rosino Maswell Tech. Let's just go ahead and build a farm there for now. Why not 2 cities? I think, ultimately, I think we will want more cities, but what I'm thinking of is getting 1 more city and then focusing on just stealing cities from the French, or the Franco-Iberians, I should say. Babylon. Hey. How are we looking here? We could use some more health in this city spot, so we'll go ahead and do that. I'll actually go ahead and start with the Pharma Lab, because this is still growing, and we want to make sure that we've got all the health that we can get. This worker over here will, I think, just go and build me a farm over this way. We should check to see which tiles are being worked, actually. Right now, growth is not being super prioritized because of the health, but it's still good and okay. Obviously, these two tiles are really good. That tile for the extra food is good. No, I agree with these tiles that the city is working. I think that's perfectly fine. Meanwhile, over here, yeah, Castle Reynolds is growing really slowly. Do we have a worker up there? Yeah, we do. We're improving the Resilin, which may or may not be the right thing to start with. The problem is there's tons of desert tiles over here. Is there any chance? Okay, we will try to save up money and buy a Vivarium over here in Castle Reynolds. I think it'll be good. All right, we're fully healed over here. So let's go ahead and it'd be nice to pop the nest just for the energy. I think what we'll have to do is step through the miasma and then try to work our way around here. I will build a farm here. You will rest another turn. Base whales are scary. Rename cities. We've renamed the cities. What are you talking about? That's the PAC. No, I don't want to go to war with them. I would potentially support a war against the KP. Rename cities. They're all renamed. The 3 cities we have, based on what we wanted last time. I'm not sure what people are asking about here. This is really annoying territory to try to work our way through. I guess we'll slowly... Oh, no, if I go there, I'll be stuck next to the nest. I'll just wait here one turn in the miasma. I'll heal, so it'll counteract the tick, and wait for these guys to move away, and then try to move along the south over here. Rename captured cities. Yes, we will rename captured cities. We just haven't captured any yet. Oh, New Babylon over here. That's actually really nice, because it doesn't block my settlement here, but prevents Franco-Iberia from moving up to the north. I'm definitely going to be trading with these guys. Absolutely. We'll rest up one more turn with the drone. Brazil, you're not willing to, no, of course not. Watch it like a big Brazilian fleet come and land and, like, ruin my game. GG. Worker, you have finished this Resilin spot, which is kind of a stupid thing for us to have started with because it's not being worked on. We need to get some farms up and running. We need one more turn before we can buy the Vivarium in Castle Reynolds. And then we'll have to build our trade route. One of the things that might be nice, if they are making it so you don't get 2 trade routes in new cities just for having a trade depot, it might be nice to open up the possibility of purchasing trade depots again, because they did turn that off at one point in the game. We are 7 turns away from Alien Sciences, so we will just build a farm here. Big fan of farms, especially since we will be getting a vertical farming no matter what, because it's a purity affinity. And it's actually one of my favorite little technologies in the game. Scoutmaster, yes, we're going to be doing Sid Meier's Pirates on Saturday. Ooh, nice. Very nice. Emilio Exotis. Oh, completing the Vivarium was apparently a quest. So we get affinity towards purity, which is really nice, because that's where we're going. Still haven't reached rank 1. Damn, but culture and science, not going to complain about that. I will build another trade convoy for Adama. Castle Reynolds does not have a trade depot yet. That should be the next thing it gets. Oh, I'm 1 turn away from the Vivarium. God damn it. I didn't map. Oh, no! This is why you don't move 2 squares at a time. You move 1 square at a time. Goodbye, soldier. I should have just brought you home. Helped against Franco-Iberia. Move 1 square at a time so you can spot things more slowly and carefully. I would like to run a trade route to... not Adama, because it doesn't actually feed them anything. Can't run anything to Castle Reynolds, right? Because they have crazy amounts of miasma. We have the miasma removing tech, right? Because of ecology, yes, we do. So actually, that'll be an important thing to do so we can optimize some of our internal trade routes. But I'm quite happy with starting with the farm first over here. I think that's going to be quite important. Resource pod discovered. Yeah, well, the soldier is never going to see that. Alien nest, Adama 5 citizens, and we finished that quest. What other quests we have kicking around these days? The worm killing, maybe. Right? Research computing. Kill 10 alien units. We haven't killed a single alien unit since getting this quest. We need to build a gene garden to complete that quest. Do we have the tech for that? Genetic design. We are queued up to go in that direction. And we will definitely be building Gene Gardens once we get that, assuming we've got the affinity, so that will complete by itself. No problem there. What are the AI affinities? That's a great question. Almost certainly we're a little bit behind because we haven't prioritized it, but look at it. Look how much they're spreading it around. Utama is the only one with the 3, but they're spreading their affinities like crazy, which is really good. And yeah, it is pretty clear that we're behind on affinities, but we're about to focus on them pretty hard. Franco-Iberia, that's the big question. She does have 2 harmony, but I think we're going to catch up pretty quick. Our soldier did get absolutely exterminated. Actually, it's mostly because the siege worm randomly decided to move that way. I don't think the siege worm movement is always random. And it just went badly for us. Ah, you had peace. That sounds great. Hey, sorry about killing that settler that time. You know, no hard feelings. I think that's going to be dead-endy, but let's go ahead and take a look anyway. And then swing back over this way. Do. I have no expedition module when I sent the scout out. Let me take an extra step and then send me back to a city. I think the trip to Adama might be the shortest, so we'll do that. Man, I love getting a drone so much. A flying unit for scouting early on. Oh, I have open borders. How convenient. Alright, so I need to move you to Adama. There we are. And now, I think I'm going to start popping out. I think I might go something like... Oh, we're going to build a repair facility first to build land units faster. Especially, doubly so when we get the quest finished. That's going to be fine. And then we'll start building up some military units. Loler, I'll do a poll. I'll send subscribers a poll to see how many people have the Heroes of the Storm. And if we've got say 5 people that have got it and want to play it, then maybe we'll do it as a change. I do like the game. I'm terrible at it, but I'm terrible at all games, so not a surprise there. I think the right thing to do here is to send trade to Picard, because this we'd actually be giving them more money than we would get. So we may as well run an internal trade route. Get our capital to grow a little bit faster. God, the scouting you get with this drone is so good, especially being able to go over canyons. It's like, it's the 3 movement, the ignoring difficult terrain, it's the going over canyons. It's just altogether beautiful. I definitely want to keep sending trade to Shackleton. Look at this, 4 science, 4 production, 3 culture from this bad boy. And it keeps the city-state around, which I am quite keen on. Oh, I forgot to purchase. You guys! Why didn't you remind me? Most likely people are yelling at me. There we go. Get the vivarium going. Which adds 1 food production to this Breslin tile now. Which is fine. Still overall kind of crappy growth. Once we get these farms going, it'll be okay. We actually might want to... How many turns? Right now we're doing no culture. So you know what? I will actually purchase this plot of land, which I should have done earlier. I'm going to lock that tile for a little bit more growth on Castle Reynolds. That'll be pretty good. 1 turn away from our alien sciences. So I'm going to go and park myself on the Xenomass over there.
Le commerce fonctionne quand on comprend l'autre.
Alright. So they're offering a favor, but they're not actually asking for help. So I wouldn't get a diplomatic buff from this. So I don't really care about the favors per se, especially since I'm hoping to beat you up pretty heavily. Also, I'm not going to give up energy. I will gladly sell you open borders, though, for 2 energy per turn. Will you take that? No. I'll tell you what, I'll take 1. Alright. It's fine. I don't care.
When you meet a new neighbor, you greet her with heartfelt courtesy. So also will we get to know our new alien neighbors.
That's right. So, it does suck that we can't build any of these 2, because we're not going to have the Harmony Affinity. And let me tell you, like, these are some sexy goddamn buildings. Xeno Nursery? Ah! But we're not going to have 2 levels of Harmony. So, but it is nice to be able to build this Xenomass Wells, because we actually have a little bit of that to take advantage of. Okay, repair base is done. I'm going to go ahead and start popping out a couple of units. 2 Rangers, maybe 2 Soldiers and 1 Combat Rover. And then we'll mostly just sit on our hands until we can unlock our battle suits. I'm going to start with the soldiers, because it's important to have a little bit of a front line to protect the range, if nothing else. You are going to come over here. Up the Xenomass Well. You're going to hook up this Xenomass Well. Please and thank you. Computing is next. Be nice to get some spying going on. I wonder if I should just set this drone to auto-explore. Nah. Whatever, we're not doing that much. It's fine. Ectogenesis pod. One of those strong, strong wonders. We lost a trade unit. By aliens? Hang on a sec. We have the ultrasonic fence. Have we not gotten our ultrasonic fence quest proc? Or was there a siege worm there that just randomly... Can a siege worm still kill things? That's really annoying. We lost a freaking trade unit to an alien. I'm pretty sure we have we've got the fence ages ago and finished that quest, which gives us the protection. I guess I can check. The head of our new laboratory is an interesting proposal. The moment of research quite broad. Oh yes, we can focus either +1 expedition modules or +1 science from laboratories. I'll go and poll it. I have a very, very strong feeling about this. Lab quest. +1 module or +1 science from labs. I will try not to influence the poll until people have started to vote on it. Lab poll. I haven't done the quest yet. Is that possibly true? Sometimes it takes forever for those quests to actually proc. Take a look. Yeah, all right, overwhelmingly. Like 90% people are like, science from labs. I will say, every now and again, the +1 module isn't bad. If we had a couple of scouts out there and they were, they were out of units and out of modules and they were near a thing. Like we do have a scout that's actually near an expedition site. It might be worthwhile. However, the +1 science from labs is almost always going to be the better choice. So yeah, we're still bringing these guys home. It's particularly not important if you go Supremacy because you'll already have an expedition module there. So pretty one-sided choice, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But there are still situations where the other might be good. Okay, we might ultimately want some launch complexes, but for now, we'll go. So we've got a soldier, we'll go 1 ranger. I'm going to go ahead and start putting them near Adama for now. Actually, hold on. Change my mind. Where is it? You. You are going to go and stand sort of... Why can't I move you? Alright. Still be able to queue up a move, though. There we are. You're going to go and stand sort of in the vicinity of where we're going to want to settle. Anyway, go and stand here for now, just a spot. Choose production. We need lots of things. We are at our local happiness cap in Adama, but as long as we're growing, we're going to want a little bit more, so I think a Cyto Nursery makes sense next. Although... You know what? Maybe an earlier recycler is better, and then we'll do a Cyto Nursery after that. Unlike Civ 5, it is not crippling to be in negative health, right? We're just getting 4% less growth, which is not, it's not game-breaking. It's not, destroying us. Looks like there's a bit of a skirmish going on here by Lalibela. No! Oh, I can't move. Anyway, I'm going to stand... No, it's a canyon. I can't stand there. I was going to say, I'll make life a little harder for people wanting to destroy Lalibela. But apparently I can't do that. Let's send a trade route to... Ooh, this is a tight decision here. I think what I want to do is send a trade route to New Babylon. I could put a poll. It's tough because we get three energy and 3 beakers from here, although we do give 1 and 1 up. Here, we would only get 1 energy, and we're not getting any science, although culture is pretty powerful. It also levels this up. It doesn't help out this opponent. It keeps New Babylon around, which we kind of want as a blocker against Franco-Iberia. I'm going to send a trade route to New Babylon. And the faster we get it leveled up, the better it will be for us as well. So this worker here is done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to this tile and remove the miasma so we can actually run some internal trade routes to Castle Reynolds over here. And we are going to keep farming. Yeah, lock that. You're going to work there. Good. I don't think I have to actually lock the tiles. I think it will default to working those tiles. Yeah, which is fine. I mean, I could still lock it explicitly, but that's okay. Making 15 energy per turn, which isn't bad in this phase of the game. Can't complain too much. Yeah, I could have pulled the trade route. But I think it's going to be sort of moot because we're going to get some more trade routes in Castle Reynolds here. I'll go ahead and load up the queue. It's about to finish the Old Earth Relic, which I think is quite good. We are then going to build a trade depot, and then we're going to transfer over some trade units once that finishes up, which will be pretty helpful. We've got some alien units over here that we do have a quest to kill some. I think we might be able to fight them. I'm a little concerned. This wolf beetle can technically reach this worker. It's not going to be aggro this turn. But maybe what I'll do... These tiles kind of suck. And improving them will more or less do the same thing. I really want to get a farm here. Yeah, I'm going to start the farm. I'll move my soldiers in a way that my worker won't be at risk. They shouldn't attack my worker as is, because I'm in my own borders. Wow. The pack have tons of units. Holy crap. Am I happy I'm not next to these guys? I'm really hoping that Franco-Iberia doesn't have a massive military. If we do take a look at our demographics, almost certainly... Wait, where's the demographics view? Is there none? No, colony rankings is what it's called. That's overall score. There we go. Pointy sticks. I was going to say, we're almost certainly at the bottom. But what's good is Elodie does not have a massive army. They have double my strength, but that's not a big deal at this point. Given the Apollo difficulty, we can defend against someone with double our strength pretty easily. And the fact that she's so low on the totem pole means she doesn't have a real army, not one that she'd want to necessarily attack us with. And as we continue to build some troops, that will get better and better. And pop out one more soldier. Quest decision! Okay! Apparently we didn't have the ultrasonic fence quest. Oh my god, the single most important thing in the universe. I'm not even polling it. +1 repel range from ultrasonic fence? Who cares about that? Trade convoys that can't be attacked by aliens? Yes, please. Also, that reminds me, we have to rebuild one of our trade convoys. So, before we build the soldier, let's go ahead and... Not a trade... Trade vessel? Problem is, there's not many people on the coast. We could trade to Mandira. You know what? Yeah, that's fine. Let's go ahead and queue up a trade vessel. Put it up on top. Get that built. Good stuff. Plus, if anything, once we do get Castle Reynolds to start doing some trade convoys, there's going to be a limited amount of ground routes available regardless. So... Oh, there's a nest over there. That's what's going on. We're standing in miasma. So I'm going to go here and rest one turn. And then I'm going to get my ranger over here. And we're going to start blowing up some of these aliens to try to finish that quest. I don't know what the quest reward is. Yeah, I don't have sub notifications turned off. The subscriber notifications should be enabled. I don't know what... They're just broken. I might have to restart OBS. But, sorry. Oh, the one thing... Well, there's a stream tip learner. We can go and turn that on over here. Did I miss things? Yes, I did. Gaitasis! Thank you very much for the tip. I appreciate that. Sorry the subs are not popping up. I have it turned on. It's just not working. So, my humblest apologies, you guys. What I'll try to remember to do is email myself the list of subscribers, which is sorted by date, and then I'll say thank you to you afterwards. I'm sorry the pop-ups aren't there. Okay, virtues. One of the biggest questions in the game. I think what we probably want to do is go meme web, learning center, and then still grab one more knowledge so that we can get the 10% science boost in every city. However, there's something to be said about jumping into industry or prosperity, which ultimately we'll want to get to because we want things like either mind over matter or profiteering, or maybe we want to go might for public security. So I'm going to do a poll because we do sort of want to get this, but it doesn't mean we have to do this yet. We could do something like 10% production towards buildings right away. Pretty goddamn good. Plus 10% food retained. Pretty goddamn good. Adaptive tactics. Not terrible, actually, especially if we're going to go and hunt some aliens. Plus, we can get survivalism and really hunt down some aliens. Although, that's kind of out of the way, because we really want public security. So we can get military-industrial complex. So let's do a poll here to see where we want to go. Our poll website is being slow. There we go. Social policy. Do we want to get 3 more in knowledge, or plus 10% science, and better academies? I mean, also, the meme web is nice because it gives you the, it makes the culture cost lower for more stuff, which is nice. Might, more XP from killing aliens, plus health from units, more units, plus health from units, prosperity, which is mostly, like, the plus 10% food is nice. After that, don't really need these as much. The faster tile improvement is good. I mean, mostly it's about, you know, sort of long-term get plus 7 health is really why we'd go prosperity. And then there's industry. Faster buildings, lots more money, and health from trade. All right, I'll turn on multiple choice for this one. And we'll go and... Oh, bam. Click that. Let me know what you guys think. Put this away for now, and what else do we need to do? Oh, we have a quest decision here for the thorium reactor. Oh, that is a good question, too. To me, these are kind of even. I often go with the plus energy because thematically it makes more sense with the thorium reactor, but there's nothing wrong with bonus production as well. So I'll start, while people are voting on the first one, we'll do another poll. So thorium reactor, plus 2 energy, plus 1 production. They're both really good. I don't think there's a wrong answer. There might be some that are slightly better in certain situations. Okay, and so there's a new poll here, thorium, poll. Go there. All right. Social policies. So people definitely want the science. Industry is sort of in second place. So probably when we finish knowledge, we might go into industry, although I might do another poll at that point. More importantly, I want to know if people want us to do energy or production. Overwhelmingly, by 2/3, people are going for the plus 1 production. Can't argue about that. I mean, they're both good. I value 2 energy at roughly the same as 1 production. I think if we're planning on going a little bit military here, the production might help. On the other hand, xenomass wells and academies do cost money. So, all right, we're going meme web. Cheaper virtues. And then learning centers. And then we actually might go techno artisans after that. We'll have to do a poll to figure out what our final knowledge tree thing will be. All right, let's keep buzzing around over here. You, remove miasma. You, just fortify here for now. We're going to start blowing up some aliens, but I'm going to wait until I've got my ranger in place. He is making his way there. We're going to want to get a road going to Castle Reynolds. Well, no, maybe not. We do have the built-in trade route because it's coastal. And we're not going to really have to reinforce Castle Reynolds too aggressively, so I think we're going to be maybe fine without a road. We're not playing Supremacy, so we don't get free roads. Yeah, that is such a good thing. Level 3 Supremacy, free roads and mag rails, effectively makes you so much money. All right, let's see what kind of trade routes you can run from Picard here at sea. You can run to Camp Cascade. Food, energy, production, very sexy. We can send 1 food to Castle Reynolds, which isn't bad. Or we could... The other colony trade routes are not very attractive, to be honest. Like, we get 3 beakers at either one of these, but we're giving up a beaker and a coin. Do another poll. It's the theme. Sea route. Go to Reynolds or go to Cascade. Nice. Trade pool. Bam. Quest decision as well. Okay, the repair facilities. I'm going to go ahead and make an executive decision that our repair facilities, even though we are the, like, orbital people, I think if you build a repair facility because you want to build units faster, I think you just want to build units even faster. So I'm going to go ahead and take the military units, especially since we've done a lot of polls lately. I don't want to get poll fatigue. Sea route, people are saying go to Camp Cascade, and I absolutely agree with that decision. I think it's much better. It generates... I mean, this does generate a lot of production for Picard. But I think the money and the food is actually really nice. Plus, we might still be able to level it up a little bit more. So I think that is a perfectly fine choice. Next, turn it up. If we could send, like, more than just 1 food to Castle Reynolds, then I think that would have been the thing to do. But right now, no. All right. And yeah, we can still get crazy orbital coverage with this, and we may do that. We might want to bombard an anti-miasma thing over here. We don't have the tech for it, unfortunately. We'd have to go down to alien biology, which is really far from a priority. Although the immunity from miasma is pretty nice. It would be really look at like all this miasma here. I think we probably do have to blow up the miasma around there before we go and attack them. It's possible the AI is clearing it out. But even if they are clearing some of it out, a lot of it is outside their borders. I'm going to keep building military units over here. I'm going to want at least one combat rover, just for speed. I think Adama might get the launch complex at some point, though. The problem is, Adama's still got a lot of stuff left to build. And a lot of it is still really, really, really important. It's tempting, though. We don't have the satellites to use it yet. Are we going to get... Where do we get the tactical satellites? Oh, that's a creeper. Creeper explosion. All right, that started to work again. Hello, monkey boy. Off-world trading company multiplayer stream in the future. Maybe. I think I'm going to want to back off a little bit of the OTC just because there's going to be a lot of content for it. As is. There's still a lot more coming. TAC. TACnet hub. Communications. Oh, down here. Okay. Yeah, these are really insanely strong. Insanely strong. We're going to want those before we go to war. Still a little bit away, though. So, I think any war is still going to take a while for us to get there. Another soldier, we're going to try to move you to the front. Yeah, we're going to work on clearing some aliens away. Quest decision. Ah, well, obviously we have to eradicate the wildlife because we're going purity. So, we're going to choose that. Okay, we've cleared that, which is really nice. Let's go ahead and build a mine here, I suppose. Alright. A lot of aliens around. We have the other soldier coming. I'm gonna get in position. I guess here. Maybe next turn we'll start attacking. Ah! No, we're alright. Okay, let's do that. The orbit imminent. Oh, we're about to lose our solar collector. Quest updates. Destroy 2 alien nests for the occupational hazard. Okay, we are working on it. We have got a quest to kill aliens, and we've got a quest to destroy alien nests. We are going to actively work towards those 2 quests for the rewards. I think we still want a second ranger, so I'm going to go ahead and get that going on. You over here, you're about to grow. We're going to want a little bit more health. I think plopping down a Cyto nursery is good. Well, getting the laboratories and all those going is really nice as well. There we go. There's our food. First xenomass well is up. I think we've got enough terrain improved around Adama. I think I might help out around Castle Reynolds, although we've got a worker over there. It's growing. Doesn't have that much growth going anyway. You know what? Let's come down here. I wonder if is Adama going to grab this tile yet. No. Where are they going to grab? Over there. That's 7 turns. I might go and purchase. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and purchase that. And then we'll go ahead and build a well on that. Blow you up. I'm going to... back here. You're going to pull back into Xenomass. Go here. I can still get attacked. I could just fortify in place. Which will give me the fortification bonus and a little bit of a heal. It might allow me to survive the alien drone. I don't like this might, though. I could have done a swappy-do with the ranger. Well, let's go ahead and give it a try and hope it works out. Hope the heal and the fortification bonus is enough. Combat rover. Good. Get yourself to the front. Well, the front. The aliens. Oh, and there's another soldier. Good. Come on in over here. Worker, you are done that farm. Lovely. I'm going to should move down to the Reslin because we will hook that up soon enough. I think Castle Reynolds will expand that way. Yeah.
I love computers because they automate the tedious stuff and give us more time for important things like market manipulation.
Must construct additional science. Are working on it. All right, computing done. Capital, your job is to build a spy agency. Might want to build the network first. I think the spy agency first is... No, network first, so we can proc the quest a little bit easier. We need a lot of technology. That's fine. Ah, we got our veterancy bonus. I don't think we need to use it on a heal. I think I can just go become disciplined and fortify some more, especially since I'm going to come in and hit this bug a little bit that way. Yeah, we're standing in miasma, but it weakens the bug enough that we probably won't lose this soldier. I suppose to make sure what I can do is move up here and shoot it that way. Down here. You are going to fortify until healed. Another ranger, you're going to come over here. Lots of bugs. It'd be nice if we did have the level 1 of honor. Honor? Might. To get the bonus XP, because there's a lot to be had over here. We've got a little bit of cash here. I'm just going to go ahead and buy this right now. Start improving it. Clear the miasma first so I don't die. My workers aren't immune to it. Hope that unit survives. It should. Unless they suddenly show up with a manticore that bombards us, I think we're going to be okay. Apparently my mouth doesn't work today. You are standing on Reslin, or not Reslin, on miasma, which means you can't really heal. I could move you here, but I don't like that spot. I think that's a stupid spot. I think I'm going to pull you back to over here and just get you to rest. We'll get you to rest 1 turn as well. I'm going to see what's going on down here. Combat rover. Yeah, that is a lot of miasma. I'm really thinking the anti-miasma satellite is going to be huge for us. And I think we are going to want it for the war, so I might prioritize picking that up. It'll leave us attacking across the river and sitting on miasma, but I think it's okay, actually. The soldier, you are on miasma as well, so you can't really heal where you are. But I will have you fortify for now anyway, just to tank out any hits, and then we'll move you later on. You are absolutely going to get the season bonus. There we go. Yeah, already all the miasma is causing problems, so we're going to want to bombard it. How come this healed 20? Oh, because it's in friendly territory. So much miasma, damn it. Alright, go ahead and Xenomass. Where's the city here? What? Where's the city? Oh, it's an outpost, but there's no name tag. That's weird. Why is there no name on this outpost? I are confused. Alright, your job is to heal up. Your job is going to be to pull back. Oh, there's miasma there as well. Still, they won't be able to reach me because of the river, so that's okay. You are removing the miasma here, right? You. Yes, you are. Good. Good food for Picard. I think I actually will go ahead and build a generator. I realize it's only +2. But I am going to want the money to support the Xenomass wells and all my units. So a few generators will not be the end of the world. I'm going to get you to rest here. Yeah, you're on miasma, but that's going to be removed. I think this unit is fine. I think they won't be able to reach this unit over here, so we're going to be okay. Feeling relatively secure. Wars are going on. Units are still fine. This one's not even standing in miasma. You're a little bit low on hit points. I'm going to go... No, I'm going to be fine. Discipline bonus. Fortify. Shoot. And we've got some built-in flanking bonuses. We could go and whack this guy a little bit, but I am standing on miasma still. I think it makes more sense to just stand here sort of passively. Oh, I could do a swap with you. Means delaying some of the heals, but you know what? I think that's probably smarter, just to make sure. Ah! Sea dragon! Many sea dragons. Dragons are the worst. Okay, explorer. If you can still make it down there. Alright, miasma removed. Miasma removed. Go ahead and start on a paddock. Ranger. just might sort of kind of be stuck where you are here. You know what? I'll do a swap with that rover. That'll be fine. And I'm going to wait here. Next turn I can move up one and then shoot. Okay, we're going to take a short break here as soon as this turn is done processing. Just a quick 2-minute bio break. Let everyone refill their coffees or whatever. Ooh, nice. Discipline bonus on our ranged unit. Phew! Very good. I think we're just going to send you away from the Sea Dragons. And then... Oh, I've got no one to shoot after all with my ranger. You guys already in miasma, so stepping forward isn't going to hurt that much. Alright, yeah, we're going to take a short break here. We'll be back in, 2 or 3 minutes, and then we're going to be playing for about another hour after that. So you guys sit tight, and I'll catch you on the flip side.